Hey, how you doing, world? This is the 24th show. This is the Danny Malone function. I hope everybody's having a great start of their weekend. Um, Getting ready for the Super Bowl tomorrow, so that's what's up. Today I wanted to talk about manipulation. Manipulation is something that a lot of people do. So if you got a paper and a pen, write this down. I'm gonna give you the signs of the manipulator, somebody that manipulates. Like an example, like the kids, they go to mom. Mom, can I go do this or can I go do that? She says no. They go to dad. Dad, can you please? And then dad says yes. That's a sign of manipulation. You're basically manipulating one parent to go to the other parent and do whatever you wanted to do, which if it's no, it's no. So don't try to ask one parent and then go to the other parent, and they're fighting, so one of them are going to say yes because they want you on their side. So parents, be careful on that manipulation situation because it could get worse, and we don't want the kids to get worse. We want them to get better. So we're going to start. If you got a paper and pen, I want you to write this stuff down because this is very important. I wrote it down, so you can write it down too. I would hope so. So you gotta understand what manipulation is and the signs. So number one is gonna be passive aggressive behavior. Passive aggressive behavior. And like, I'm not gonna define any of this. So what I want you to do is when you write this stuff down, define it. Check look at the Google definition, define this and see what it is, and see if you are a manipulator or not. And then you could try to work on it. But we're gonna look at the signs of manipulation. So number one is passive aggressive behavior. Number two, implicit threats. Number three, withholding information. Number four, isolating a person from loved ones. That one right there is real big. So check that out. Number four, isolating a person from loved ones. That's a big one. Gaslighting is number five. Number six is verbal abuse. Number seven is use of sex to achieve goals. That happens a lot too. But to define all that, put all that together, all these are signs of a person that's a manipulator. The manipulation happens every day around us all the time. When you peep that and you see that, you get them people away from you because all they want to do is manipulate and manipulate and manipulate and manipulate until they get what they want. If you don't give them what they want, soon enough they'll go away. So watch out for the manipulators. Now, what we're gonna go over now is the parts of if you are a manipulator. Write this down so you can check yourself before you wreck yourself. So for number one, it's gonna be work on self-esteem. Work on your self-esteem. It can be low. Work on it. Build it up. Build it up to where you have confidence in yourself and you could actually not manipulate somebody. That was number one. Number two, your insecurities. Work on your insecurities. Work on the things that are you're insecure about. You got to talk about that to yourself. You got to know that. You got to go deep inside yourself, and actually figure this out. What are my insecurities? If you can't answer it, it's okay because we're going to be going down this list, and this list will tell you everything to do. So it ain't one thing or another. Work on your insecurities. For you manipulators out there, work on your insecurities. Not bad. Don't be a perfectionist. Now this is important. Perfection comes when you're basically doing something and you're working on the perfection, don't try to be a perfectionist right away. It's not going to work. Don't think you know everything. Your manipulators want to manipulate this and manipulate that, so you don't have to do that. You want to manipulate your way out of that thing to do this thing, and then when you get to that thing, you're going to try to manipulate yourself your way out of that. Can't do that. So don't be a perfectionist. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. When you manipulate out of something, and then you move on to something else, and then you manipulate to that, you're just a continuous manipulator. And we don't need that in our lives. So if you're that, you got to go. Learn to go with the flow. Meaning, let the process speak for it. Let the process go. It's a process. It's a process. I'm going to give you an example. First show was process of deterrence, to deter the things that are affecting you day by day, living daily. If you learn to go with the flow and you accept the process, because a lot of people want to jump corners and jump corners, go to the left, go to the right, and try to get around stuff, when at the end of the day you're going to mess it all up and it's going to be back to square one again. So go with the flow and let the process take place. Exercise, which I do every 2 days, every 3 days. I go hard, I work out, I try to keep my heart rate up, and not only at work but at home I try to work out a little bit, get my muscles stronger, get my heartbeat up, and try to be healthy as possible. No drinking. It's rough. Like, imagine not waking up to drinks, but just drinking on a regular at a certain time. It's no good, especially if you can't control it. But exercise is good, and it'll clear your mind. It'll clear your mind of all the manipulations that you're thinking about doing. I tell you that much. Now this is the one I was talking about right here. Go to therapy. If your kids, your teenager, you're a teenager, you're watching this, listen. If you see these little things, or your parents, you parents out there, you see your kids trying to be manipulators. Sometimes you gotta take them to therapy. Sometimes they gotta get therapy. The therapy is gonna help them a little bit. You know what I mean? Your parents out there are more therapeutic, or you want to help these kids and yourself if you have this manipulating problem. Go to therapy. Kids gotta go to therapy. Be your kid's therapist. How hard is it, to go over some stuff and say, hey, if this don't go this way, don't try to get out of it and manipulate your way out, because it's not going to work. You're going to end up square one. Respect others. Respecting others will keep the manipulation part out of your life. You won't be a manipulator if you respect others, if you respect the people around you. And last one is listen. If you listen more than you talk, it'll be hard for you to manipulate, right? Because you can't even open your mouth. You can't say nothing. So for you people out there that like to manipulate, and you like to talk, and you like to, spread your mouth, shut your mouth, close your mouth, zip your shit, and listen to what the people got to say. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're listening, you're not talking, and you're not trying to manipulate anybody. So for you juveniles, for your kids, anything, your little ones out there that want to manipulate mom to get dad and try to figure this out and figure that out, nah, stop. Adults, you manipulators out there, please figure out how to listen. Do more listening than talking, because you'll learn more. You'll learn more in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? So this was my show, and this is on manipulation. And I want you guys to understand that, I used to be a manipulator. I used to manipulate my way out of everything, or try anyways. But it didn't get me nowhere. But still living today. to actually teach you guys on the other side how to not to detect the manipulators and to figure out how to help the manipulators to get out of the manipulation process in their head. So this is my show. This is a 24 show. Tune in, please. Thank you for listening. This is the Danny Malone Function, and you have a blessed weekend.